Phil, how are you, bro? That's my brother from another mother. Not really, but hey, we get on well. Haven't had much of a chat on this. I haven't done too much of Snowrunner this week. I just, apart from my fuck up with Oztech Racing last night, I've had a second, a first, and a first in the manufacturer races. How good's that? Second of my first Oztech Gaming. Oh, that's right. Wouldn't be as shattering as the poor guys down in Sydney today. 40 degrees down there today. But yeah, I've got a second Oztech Gaming, and then a first, very unexpected in the first race of the stream last night on my UK account. And then I got a first on my VR account. Absolutely annihilated them in that way. It's won by about 18 seconds. And then this morning I jumped on Evolution Racing on the US server because they're still going in the morning, and qualified second. The guy in first seemed to race me quite well. The first couple of laps he managed to keep me behind, but on the second lap before the def chicane he went wide, got past him and pulled out about a good 8-second lead before I pinned on the second last lap, in the end of that second last lap should I say. He didn't pit, and I'm thinking, seriously, was that why he's slow? Was he on hards? No, he was on medium, so he went from first to last. He must have been doing the first to last challenge. Mini metal beams and medium planks, okay. So now I need to get wooden medium planks, which I think I can get from there. So let's go there. So I came in second in that race, but of course he hadn't put medium, he hadn't put the hards on, so I won that race. I absolutely dominated that race, so I deserved it. And they're all B-class drivers. Yeah, well, I've decided I'm going to play a lot of it today and tomorrow, or tonight, should I say. I'm not going to bother with a GT. I'm going to GT7 a break until the new dailies tomorrow now. I love doing this. And I just remembered I'm going the wrong way. I need to go that way. So how's your new role going, Phil? That sounds like it's very tiring for you, but are you enjoying your new promotion? Being in charge of the security on a whole stand, man, that's pretty awesome, mate. Are you enjoying that new responsibility though? Or do you think, I'd rather go back to my old role? I remember my brother got offered a management role where he worked, and he knocked them back, and I said, why? Because the extra money wasn't a huge amount, but he didn't want the extra responsibility that went with that role for not much extra money, so he knocked them back. He said, no, I don't want the promotion. And they tried to force them to take the promotion. They said, well, you've been here so long, you have to take the promotion. And he just said, no, I don't want it. I'm just happy with what I'm doing. And if you're not going to let me do it, I'll go and find work elsewhere. Yeah, they stopped then. They didn't push him anymore after that. And especially not to do with my brother. Don't push him. You have those challenges, mate. You have those challenges, but look at it this way. It's a character building, and if it's busy, it helps the day go past quicker. Yeah, mind you, about 4 years after that, he was made redundant, as did about 95% of everyone in that area. He used to, oh, they don't have any medium planks. Where the fuck do I get medium planks from then? Oh, I think I have to go back there. You know, I'm gonna cheat. I can't be bothered driving all the way back over there. And also, having it in the fire truck colour scheme just doesn't look right. It's all helpful having that on there as well. So that's better. But it's 10:20 AM in the morning, and I already have the air conditioning going. As soon as I got up, like, the car really needs a wash, but it's just too hot to wash the car. You can't wash a car when it's too hot because it just dries and it actually damages the paint and makes it look worse. Plus the fact that you'll probably pass out trying to wash it in this heat as well. I do not cope well in the heat. I'd probably, weather-wise, honestly, I much prefer the cold, so I would do much better down there in England. The English weather would suit me better than this Aussie weather. As I said, I do not like heat. I much prefer cold. Because you can rug up in the cold, you can do things, you can snuggle up to your partner. Not that I think not that that's ever going to happen in my life anymore. I've given up now. I think I just have to admit that no one wants to be with me. So yeah, that's hard, but it's the harsh reality. I'll take your weather over this heat any day of the week, Phil, believe me. Any day of the week. Especially driving limos when you have to wear a friggin' suit. Yeah, a bloody jacket in this kind of weather. Yeah, fuck that shit. I think I can. Because in the heat, there's only so much you can do, especially legally, to cool down. So much you just can't escape from it. But in the cold, you can put more clothes on. You can put a heater on, which heats you up a lot easier than bloody trying to cool things down. Believe me, I've only got a portable aircon in this whole house. Ceiling fans are fucked. A bloody owner that promised me that he was going to fix all that shit and hasn't. A house that has no insulation, so believe me, it could be, if I've been out for about an hour, I come home, it's hotter inside this house than it is outside. Even in the shade, this house is an oven. The insulation doesn't keep the cool, it doesn't keep the heat out, it just draws the heat in because there's no insulation. I really can't cope much more longer in this house. It's this heat, we're in a massive heat wave at the moment. They're saying it should cool down. Okay, let's drop down. On the highway. Now, this is one part of this game that this new area, basically it's sauna. It's like a fucking sauna. I'm lying here on the couch with the fan, and I've got the fan on fan at the moment. I've turned the aircon bit off because the air's blowing straight on me. If I get up, it's like I'm getting up into a sauna. I can put my foot. I'm sticking my foot out up, and it's already feeling warm. I'm just in this tiny little zone, and I'm staying in this little zone. Now this is a design floor. Normally when they have this, they'll have a separate area to get your cargo. But see here, no. This is for cargo management. So every time I want to fill up, I have to hold down square, press square, and fill up. You can't do a quick fill because of the stupid design of having that as both. I should have had a separate little area to get the bloody cargo. I normally do. Oh, you Brits would definitely melt in this weather. It's fucked. We're not as bad as 40 down in Sydney, but we're still in our very low to mid 30s at the moment here, and it's still freaking hot. I'll be back in a second. I've got a phone call. Yo. No, I wasn't actually. I know. I actually went a bit earlier. I was expecting a phone call from you there at that point. You didn't ring, so I was really disappointed. I was expecting a phone call from you. Say what? Right. Well, congratulations, Trev. You are now thinking of the head above your shoulders, not the head above your head. That's what I meant. You know what I meant by that. I wasn't really into that. That's what I meant. You know what I meant. Well, she's never made us think about the company. You've already done that, haven't you? Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Is that a gun in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? And I go, no, I saw a really good video. Is that you know what? I'm going to be having Tom tomorrow. Stuart's told me they've given him for the next, I think, week or so. They've given him over 23 jobs. He's starting to allocate jobs a lot earlier now. But Stuart's got 23 jobs over the next week. Stuart's got 23 jobs. I've got Tom. No, I know what he's actually doing. Tom wants to. He's saying, I know what he's actually doing. That's why he's getting less money into the costs. Stuart's really got a hard on the project for some reason. Oh no, I wouldn't get one of those fucking things with my worst enemy's money. Those LDVs are the biggest pieces of shit you could ever waste your money on. Believe me, you do not want anything made out of China. Especially parts that are starting to have part-time pumpkins hearts because they're out of China. But no, I wouldn't touch an LDV. I'd buy a 10-year-old car. No, but I did say if you want to ride it, no, no one an X6 because their rates. It's not good for months. The same thing with the A8. A8 is good. They look good. You have an A8. But they're expensive. Really, not great. you want an SUV, you want to get something like the Q7 or the X5. An X7 would be brilliant because they're even bigger again, but they're not cheap. X5, an X7. Yeah, well, I've had a go. I've had a go at this. Complaining that he's tired. I said, well, that's why I'm not going to go. I'm sitting there saying now he has to make this amount of money each day, and I'm thinking, it's great, you know. Yeah, I do too, mate. I'm not going to be I'm basically giving up now. I don't think I'm ever going to make it. Hmm. That's Stuart. I don't think he ever wanted to settle down after his wife. I think he's enjoying what he does. I, and he's got diabetes and he's skipping a bit on his meds. Every now and then. I had it's down and mate because of because of my brother. I know how serious a friend of mine. She said she lost two friends because they had diabetes and they went back to meds. They're no longer serious. Please do look after mate, at one point with Lamosa, we were saying basically, you better go down with that place like the Titanic. You need to stop that. And there's more to life than work, you know. As the one time I drove, Richard Branson said to me, mate, you see where I live, and the advice I like to give everyone, and he does, he tells it basically to everyone. He goes, mate, you do not live to work, you work to live. You're living to work. I'm not going to be like you, who was the God's work when I got up in the morning, and hadn't even got back to work when I went to bed at night. 7 days a week. Not just weekdays. There's more to life, and you've got your kids to think about. You've still got your wife with what she's going through. Constant. Nothing. Mate, she has jerked you around. And I spoke. I had dinner. I actually had dinner with my ex on Friday. I spoke to her a little bit. No, she's Thai, so she knows a lot about. I spoke to her a little bit about, and she basically said herself, "No, I wouldn't trust her. What, if anything." I spoke to her a little bit about, and she basically said herself, "No, I wouldn't trust her. What." That's the one from the Gold Coast. We're a dying breed, mate. Yeah. That's what annoys me about the talk. Aussie it's all about looks. Have a fucking six pack. Very professional stuff. She's just very lucky that she's not just a great cook on the she's got an amazing job. She's a really good woman inside as well. Never have Trevor. Body's a bonus. Body is a bonus. Body is a bonus. Yeah. Well, they had some big event out at Willow Bank yesterday. They had all these cars parked out in the traffic zone. Is that all? Mate, when it takes you 2.5 fucking hours to drive 1.7 kilometres, then you bitch about the fucking traffic. That's at Willowbank, was it? I know Tony Quinn. I'll have a word. I'll let him know. So, buddy, you need to take. No, not mine, but it's mine. What car are you looking for that? Ready? Sound like Stu. you're like me, I always pick the cars early. For weddings, you have to be out there early. You have to do a final touch over. I used to skip the touch over, but also turn up early so worst one though is I've had the touch left. I had a fucking wedding before I be on it. Stop on. No, not really. That's what happened to me going over the Bridle Island. I had to go to the house, actually had to go to the house to say because the car wash was closed down. I had to go to the actual early to the early. Oh, that's unprofessional and I tried to know it. Oh yeah, that's okay. And it's a shitload. I didn't see where the fuck it's going. I know, I honestly do not know what those fucking come back and fuck me. I used to panic every time I had to come back over. And, you know, we're talking about that. I better. I'll catch up. Do the right thing by Zaza, mate. I'm sorry, not by Zaza. Do the right thing by you. Just go stir back, buddy. No point. There's no point. You've got better things in your life than to the fuck. Okay, mate. Catch you after. Jesus Christ, that guy can talk. Wow. Hopefully you couldn't hear that. I'm sure I turned the microphone off, but maybe I didn't. It'll be an interesting stream. See to my call. This way we're going to go down this way. Then down to there. Well, I can go this way. I might go that way just for change, because I've gone this way a few times. Yeah, we'll go up to the left. Why not? Well, 35 is like a normal day for us. Try getting in the 40s. I remember once I was a car detailer down in Melbourne. Yeah, I had a car detailing business and I was living in Geelong in Melbourne, and it was a 43 degree day. I kid you not. I'm just going to go for the water. That angle worries me. Fuck! We just fucked up. I've just quickly exited out, go back in, see if it saved it before that happened. I don't think it would have. And we're going to have to go back there and get that bloody, fuck. Can't believe I just did that. No. PC version, you can control delete, get out of the game. We're going to have to go back. I knew I shouldn't have gone that way. So we're there, the cabin. We have to go back and get that cabin. Shit happens. But yeah, it was a 43-degree day. I had a car detailing business, and I had 3 bookings that day, and I rang them up and said, "Look, I'm really sorry, but I will not be able to come and wash the car today." 2 of them were fine, they understood. Third one said, "No, you have to come and wash the car." And I said, "Mate, I can't." Guess what, buddy? As soon as I wet the car to try and wash it, the water's going to dry. It's too dangerous to try and where you want me to wash your car. There's no shade as well, which is even worse. Alright, I said, just can't. I had a house, had no air conditioning, 3-degree day. I pushed the TV to the doorway of the bathroom. Luckily it was a big bath, and I spent basically the whole day washing the only thing that I could wash that was really there was the bloody cricket lied in the bath full of cold water, which I had to fill up a couple times. It was that fucking hot. So yeah, if you come to Australia, do not come during summer. Do not come during summer. At the end of summer, start of winter is the best time. It's cooling much cooler. Actually more reliable weather. Less chances of storms. Look, I'm here at the moment looking outside. I said the BMW needs a wash, but it's just too hot. A little bit overcast, and if it goes behind cloud for a while, I might be able to give the car a wash after. Yeah, and the heat brings the spiders out. Well, you know what, in central Queensland they've found a new breed of trapdoor that are basically triangular size. They're huge, they're the size, they're not bigger than your fucking hand. But believe me, it's not the big ones you need to be worried about, especially like the Huntons that we get all over the top place here in Brisbane. You get them in the house all the time. The ones you want to keep an eye out for are the dangerous ones. And I've had some close calls with what's known as the red-backed spider. Now there's 2 of them. There's the females, which are fine, because the females don't have a red back. It's the males. They have this red stripe on their back. And they are the ones you do not want to have close calls with, because the red ones are highly poisonous. They'll make you extremely ill. You want to go to hospital if you get bitten by one. And they have been known to kill some people. And that's small. They're tiny little fuckers. They're not big. But you do not want to have one on you or bitten by one. I've had 2 really close encounters with them. One was when with my ex-wife, we come home from our place. We've got the shopping in, we've got a kind of car garage underneath the house, so parked in there. Went up, took the washing up, shopping up, and my ex went, "You know, I think there's a spider on you." And I looked down on my pants, and climbing up my leg, I'm wearing top of my leg, should I say. I'm wearing jeans. It was a redback spider on me, literally on me. If she hadn't spotted it, at some point it would have bitten me. So I quickly got her to get me a cloth, wiped it off, killed it, wiped it off me. Then we found out. That the whole garage had an infestation of redbacks. It was just hundreds of them. So we got that all fumigated. Now the next time, which was probably even closer call, was where was it? I was at work. I was basically the data entry. I was what they call the Gurin clerk at this store called Harvey Norman, and we had the back loading dock, and I opened up the roller door because we had a delivery, and something fell down on my hand. I looked down at my hand, all I saw was this black, I think it was a spider, but it was a black kind of insect of some type. Quickly smacked, squashed it straight away and flicked it onto the ground. I looked down onto the ground and yep, it was a redback spider. It was on my hand. So lucky it did not bite me. Ironically, at the very time that we saw the redback spider, this happened. They actually had the insect spray guy was in the building spraying the building. But ironically, they could only spray the inside of the building. He's not allowed to spray the outside. That's part of the centre management. So centre management sent there, and they found we had a right next to where the outside of the actual garage is. Roller door was a big box for cardboard boxes, and it was riddled with redback spiders. So we were waiting. We put a complaint in because we couldn't even get rid of the boxes because it was too dangerous because there were so many fucking redbacks in there, and that was part of centre management. So we had to wait for centre management to send pest control to deal with it. And while we were waiting for that, we used to have this happen some of the times. Some Asian lady had come along with her cart. They love to park there. They come and try and collect the boxes from moving and stuff like that. So this lady had come and she climbed inside this box, this cage where we put all the cardboard boxes. Going through to try and find a cardboard box we rip up all the cardboard boxes so no one could use them. But she was trying to find if there was one in there that wasn't. And I just came out and said, ma'am, I wouldn't be doing that if I was you. You're not supposed to be in there anyway. And she said, oh, you can't stop me. I said, yeah, you're right. I can't stop you. And I said to her, I also can't stop all the redbacks that are in there from biting you either. You should see how quickly she got out. Oh, did she get out of there? And she never returned. Now that's the way I should have gone around. Now to see if we can get this on here. So yeah, you don't want to have a close call with redback spiders, believe me. And they're small little fuckers. They're very potent with their fucking poison. Now, can we lift this on? I don't know if this will lift it on. We'll have to try. Otherwise, we might have to bring the big crane. Flip it back over. Can we? Hopefully. We might be able to. Oh, there we go. That's all right, I'm just going to go the other way now. Did it! There we go, back on our trip again. But look at her face when I said those redback spiders were in that cage. Fuck me. So because of that, we put up a sign there saying, warning, do not enter redback spider nests. Which is great, even after even though they started spraying it regularly and stopped the spiders being there, we left a sign there because it stopped people from coming in and climbing in the bloody boxes. It was freaking dangerous when they were doing it. They don't even know that we got rid of the redback spider nests. Yeah, I said they hide underneath things. My worst encounter with a spider was I used to do this voluntary place at this horse equestrian place, and we're moving these logs, and one of the logs we picked up. Me and this other person picked it up, and she said, "Oh, there's a spider on there, the huntsman." Like crap, so I dropped the log and walked off because I hate spiders. And it was a cold day, so I had this jacket on. It's a small kind of light jacket, raincoat / jacket. And then about half an hour to an hour later, I think you're guessing where this is leading to, aren't you? So half an hour to an hour later, the lady goes, "Oh, I see where the spider is now." I go, "Where?" She says, "It's on your back. It just climbed out from behind your jacket." So I had been walking around for at least half an hour with this spider inside my jacket. And you wonder why I suffer arachnophobia. Yeah, I am not good about spiders. Some people in this, like my next door neighbour, she says that she catches the spiders and takes them outside. I get my bloody, I get my I get my spray. They're dead fuckers. You know, I don't care where they are. They're dead fuckers. After one of my streams, I actually I went to get off out of the my cockpit, you know, whatever you call the fucking thing, my stream, my cockpit. I went to get out of it, and on the floor right next to it was a fucking huntsman spider. Probably one of the worst experiences was, I just left my parents' house. I'm in the car. Okay. I look to the right. Before that, I felt like, you know how you had that feeling that I got an insect on you or something like that? And I felt like I had something on me. Didn't think of anything of it. And then a little bit further down the road, I looked to the right, and next to the windscreen on the inside of the car was a fucking huge huntsman. Inside, right next to me, basically looking at me with all those fucking eyes that they have. What is it, 8 eyes or whatever they thing have. So I literally stopped the car and climbed out the passenger side, and then it went down quite underneath the steering wheel. This guy came along and I told him, so he didn't give a shit, so he just stuck his head in the car and looked everywhere. I said, "I can't find it." Anyway, I managed to he turned the car off so I could lock it, walked back to my parents' place, got their fly spray, insect spray should I say, not just fly spray, and basically emptied the whole can in the car. Emptied it. Because couldn't see the spider anymore. And I had to drive home. So I emptied the whole fucking can in the car. Waited a while for the fumes to go down, left the windows open. Then had to get into that car, knowing somewhere in that car, hopefully dead, but somewhere in that car, that spider was still there. So I drove home, and I couldn't get in the car for another day. I went and checked, and luckily I found it behind the front seats, dead. So the spray had done its thing. I'm glad to say. But yeah, I'm sorry, spiders have one. If they're in my house, they're trespassing. They're dead motherfuckers. And then there's the other thing. I'm sure, from the sound of it, Phil, you probably have the same problem. When you're walking outside and you walk through a spider web. Huh? Yeah, so I suffer massive, really bad arachnophobia. And having these little close encounters with spiders is not helping my arachnophobia. The story's probably not even helping your arachnophobia. I'm guessing, Phil, that you might believe it. They're not that common to see, even though I'll kind of make it sound like they are. The huntsmans are actually harmless. They're not going to attack you. They're not going to attack you. No, it doesn't turn me into a fucking ninja. It turns me into a fucking wimp. Oh, here's another one. This will get you. I was sitting on the toilet, doing what I normally do, doing my shit, and you got the toilet roll. You got your toilet roll that's on the holder, then you got the other ones beside that, and I was down to the last spare toilet roll. Okay. So I went. I looked down, luckily I looked down, and went to pick up the toilet roll. Guess what was inside? Inside the toilet roll. I wonder what could be, with this theme that we're talking about, what was inside that toilet roll. If you guessed the big ass fucking spider, you've guessed correctly. There was a big ass fucking spider. How many metal rolls? And 2 packs and metal rolls. Where do we get metal rolls from? Is there anything over this way? I think metal rolls. I think that one's out of metal rolls. So I think we're going to have to go back to this one. So imagine seeing that. Yeah, I was in the right place to shit myself, but I needed a toilet paper to wipe that shit. And I've also had one time when I've been in the fucking shower. I got in the shower, turned the shower on, and from behind the shampoo bottles that were on the ground, yep, you guessed it, a fucking spider. Don't know what the fucking thing was doing in the shower, but I got out of that fucking shower quick fucking smart. Ran out to the kitchen, grabbed the flight, got the spray, ran out naked, so luckily I was home alone at the time. Got that spray, went back and got that fucking spider. It's one good thing about living alone. And don't get me started about all the snakes. Yeah, the brown snakes. My father's. We had this wood chimney. Well, not wood, a brick chimney. A brick chimney. That's right, brick chimney. And that's it. We don't use it anymore because you never use a fireplace in bloody Queensland anyway. Why the fuck there was a fireplace there in the first place? But anyway, Dad liked having his chair right next to the fireplace, and Mum would sit on the other side. Sadly, I wasn't home at the time, but one day there was this big sound, whoosh, whole lot of dust, and something had just fallen down the chimney. My mum goes, "Hey John, I think a snake may have just fallen down the chimney." Sure enough, a big fucking carpet python had just fallen down the chimney. Mum said she's never seen my father get out of his chair that quickly in his life. And that's also why at the top of the chimney they then put chicken wire at the top so nothing else could fall down the friggin' chimney. My parents used to go for trips, and I remember I'd just come back from a drive from Melbourne back to Brisbane. My parents were driving around, well, somewhere else. I just got home and I look into the kitchen window, and what did I see looking at me in that kitchen window? A fucking kookaburra. There was a kookaburra looking back at me from inside the kitchen. This was before the snake scenario. The kookaburra had fallen down the chimney and got stuck inside the house, which what looks like may have been a day or two. Now, I'm sure you can understand, but kookaburras, or most birds, they tend to fly around a bit, and they tend to shit everywhere. So yes, all over the kitchen benches, all over the sitting room cabinet, some on the TV, mostly on the dining room table, was kookaburra shit every fucking where. I'd just come back from a very long drive. I was buggered, and that's what I was greeted by. I shit you not. Now we're going to have to get some fuel. I'm also going to need to get this trailer as well, I think. I'll grab that other trailer. Also, we should have enough fuel to get back to that fuel station. Grab some fuel. Oh, it's all part of the excitement of visiting Australia. Phil, you still have to come. It's the adrenaline rush. Just imagine that feeling, Phil. You're staying in a nice hotel. You're in bed, you've just had a really good night's sleep. You think, oh wow, that's good. And you feel something tickling at your feet. And you think, what is that? That feels a bit weird. Did I bring a bird back with me and look around? You realise that you're in bed by yourself. Now, let's see. I need 1 metal roll and 2 packed sand. I'm just going to see that I've got them. We've got metal rolls. Oh, 2 packed sand, that's good. And we've got metal rolls, oh good. Okay, so we're going to go and grab some fuel. I'll grab the trailer so we don't have to do 2 trips back again. So yeah, you feel something tickling at your feet. So you think, oh, I think I might just take the... So you open up the bed sheet thinking, maybe it's a feather or something like that inside the bed sheet. That rock fell down. And what you see will mar you for life. Because you've just slept with a Huntsman spider inside your blankets. Welcome to Australia, bro. I know. Hotels are probably some of the best places you don't see spiders. They really do spend a lot of time spraying, making sure they're... So the chances of that ever happening, buddy, are virtually nil. Just don't come and stay at my place. Why do you think I've got a 2-car garage down below, which I want to clear out so I can start parking my car in there to help me detail it and maintain it. But it's got all the shit down there at the moment. It's been there for years. And it's just covered in spider webs down there. There's probably hundreds of spiders there. You can see why it hasn't been cleaned out yet. I'm trying to get my neighbour. He's offered to do it. He doesn't give a shit about spiders. He's your Aussie that wouldn't give a damn. He'd probably pick them up and play with them, knowing him. So he's offered to go down and clear it out for me. Oh, it's the spider's garage, you know. They can fucking have it until my neighbour gets in there to clear it out for me. So now we need to go down here, fill up. This painful bloody petrol station, as we just discussed, I still don't know why they've done this. That's a strong sign. It didn't fall over when I horned. You too? Yeah. You don't want to come over and help me go for it, Phil? Hold down square, go to that, press square, then hold down X and shut up. Who's messaging me? Is that all? We'll go and grab that trailer and go and grab what we need and we'll finish off this task. I can't get up at the moment, it's so fucking hot. Anywhere I'm in this little cold I'm in this little cold cocoon at the moment. If I move a metre either way, I'm suddenly in this heat. Gonna turn that fan on again. So basically, Phil, you're just saying you just won't come anywhere near Australia. But hey, you guys have, if you're worried about that shit, you guys have something even worse than us spiders and snakes and all of that stuff. Do you want to know what it is, Phil? Can you guess what you guys have that's much worse than us spiders and snakes and all that other shit? What do you think's worse that you guys have that's much worse? It's poisonous spiders and snakes, and let's not even get into crocodiles and blue ring octopus, or you know, the scariest thing, a drop bear. You know, the normal koala bears, that's all you guys hear about. It's the nice innocent koala bears. You think, yeah, fine. No, worse than even worse than your government. Worse. You know what you guys have in England that's worse than any of the stuff put together? You know what is worse? I'll tell you. Football fans. You guys have football plan. No, I don't want. You have your soccer fans. There you go. You now learn what everyone fears the most out of England. I can hear myself talking. And you know firsthand what I'm talking about, Phil. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Is that suspension down or up? It was down. Was it up? Now it's down. Now it's up. Okay. So you think Australia's dangerous? Just think about where you live. So the air conditioning behind me is not like it suddenly stopped working properly, so I'm trying to do two things at once. Fuck, it must be late there, Phil. I thought you were tired from a long day work. You should, mate, I think you should get danger money at every game. I'd rather be a spider catcher than a fucking, what you do. Fuck that shit. Middle rolls, we want one of those. The trailer. Now I want to put more weight in the trailer, so we put packed sand 2. Well, I'm going to be just delivering these, and that will be the end of my stream. So it should be only be another 5-10 minutes, buddy. Then I'll let you go to bed. Nearly finished. Just going to finish off this. God, it's streaming over and out. We've got bonus I see at the moment. Bonus Aussie. Just need to go and deliver these. I'm planning on doing a lot of this tonight. Might even, you might even be able to join in for some co-op. Maybe we could have a race tomorrow, i.e. tonight my time. Well, we've got to finish this off. Come on, baby. Just get some slip diff in here. This time I'm going to go the other way. I've just been on that way. Get bored of going the same track all the time. I just know how to get around that point now. We haven't got that big top heavy friggin' cabin. So we go around the trees here. That bit of road there, even on the side there, looks a bit too much of an angle, they did tip over, so we'll just go around. Even that was a little bit sketchy. You know what I find weird is that when I had dinner with my ex-wife and my son Friday, me being Mr. Gentleman paid for it. We got on really well. We even started talking about going on a cruise together. Who the fuck talks about, who in their right mind talks about going on a fucking cruise with their ex-wife? Who does that? Who even, and who actually goes through with it? But seriously, who the hell talks about going on a fucking cruise together? Seriously, I don't know. Don't worry, separate cabins. We get. They said you can get You can get cabins that like have extra rooms, or you could have a cabin that has 2 or 3 beds. You know, we can work on that. It's not hard. Maybe that's all I should really concentrate now on, is just being good friends with my ex, which is really my only friend I do kind of see, and my son. Because everything else is failing in my life now at the moment. Look, I admit to you, Phil, I am suffering quite bad depression at the moment, and that's why I just lost it and ended the stream last night when I fucked up with my Ozotech Racing. I am suffering, and I do suffer extremely bad depression, and it's been getting pretty bad lately. Really, really, really bad. But I'm open about it, and I think it's important to be open. Depression can be extremely dangerous when you're not open about it and you don't talk about it. So I am open that I do suffer depression. And it's not easy to deal with, you know what. As you know, I try to go into dating sites to try and meet someone, but I'm finding that depression now, so I've stopped going to it. Because there's only so much rejection you can keep taking. Or crazy women like that last one I went out with. Well, I've not seen a doctor about mine. I think I really need to see a doctor about it, because I'm suffering in a lot of ways. My depression is every 3 months I have to do what's known as the GST, Good Services Tax. And I'm supposed to do all that paperwork and get it all done, and my dad does it, but I have to do the reports forms. And I've been meaning to try and do these, help him with the latest one, which was due a month ago. Was I have to just put the fuel bills in, just put into the spreadsheet so he can do it, and I'm finding it hard just to do that. I know I need to do it. It's so hot, and I'm just like, oh, I'll do that later. I should be doing that instead of this, but I can't. I don't. It's like a mental block, and I'm struggling with that. And just the way I'm feeling lately, it's so hard. I was, after my ex-wife, partner should I say, did to me, I was close to suicide. I was really just that down that I just wanted to end things. I felt like it felt like in a way I wanted to be sick. I had some health concerns and I had to go and get some tests, and I was kind of like, give me some bad news. Tell me I've got cancer. Give me something like that. You know, just get me out of this world. I was feeling that way. I wanted to be sick. And the bloody doctor said I'm fucking healthy. The only thing wrong with me is that I need to exercise more. And I'm too fucking lazy to do that. Well, I feel too lazy to do it. I think it's actually more this depression just has me struggling to do anything. I do the limo driving because I know I have to do that, and even that's got really quiet, which is not helping my depression. It's really gone quiet. That I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to pay my rent on next week. I'll have to get my father to help me. It's been that quiet. Part of me likes it being quiet. I can just stay home. I don't have to drive. But the other side of me goes, man, I need the money. I need to work. I spend too much money on buying things sometimes because it's the only thing that makes me happy. So buying something for my camera and stuff like that, and buying a GoPro, a new GoPro accessory, it's the only thing that kind of makes me feel happy again. Because I don't come home to I come home to an empty, hot, smelly, disgustingly smelly sometimes house. I'm struggling. I really am not good at being alone, home alone. I'm not eating well. I am trying this food delivery. That first one arrives tomorrow. 7 meals, so it's a whole week's worth of meals. And I just warm them up in the microwave. Look, I've got one job today at 3:30, so I need to leave home about 2:30 for that. So we need to deliver water from here to there. I don't know what's up with this water tank. So I need to get the fire thing on. So what we're going to do, just to finish this off, I'm not going to drive all the way back. We're going to chuck the water tank on. The fire tank. No, and if we're going to go fire thing, I will. This is where I will change the. We have to put the fire brigade. And yes, look at the cool lights, and you can turn on the beacons. So look, here we go. Well, that's going to be our task for the next stream. It's time for you to go to bed, Phil. It's time for me to try and wash the car, something like that. But look at how cool that thing looks. Yeah, now this is actually a very capable four-wheel drive. So we need to get water, but I'm told that the water trailer, has problems, so it's bugged, it doesn't work. Well, I am going to end the stream here, but we are going to grab that water trailer and just see. If it works, it's great. If it doesn't, we'll just get rid of it. Catch you later, mate. Thanks for coming along, and thanks for being in here. An eye, should I say. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're actually hearing him talk, aren't you? So thanks for being in here, mate. I do appreciate it. See you in the next one. Hour and 21 minutes. That was pretty good.